Last night, the Medford City Council continued discussions regarding the possible street layouts for Main Street, voting to make changes to the current model. Thanks for joining us for NewsWatch 12 at 6. I'm Samantha Cadera.
And I'm Oscar Rodriguez. These discussions come after residents completed a survey on possible layouts late last year. The survey revealed a general preference for the city's previous configuration, with 3 lanes going one direction and bikes sharing the right lane. Some city council members mentioned that survey responses don't necessarily represent Medford's total population and consider what business owners and other community members have told them. After more than 45 minutes, the council moved to return to the former layout.
I would normally not want to go this direction, but I think the fact that we can't decide on this means maybe that this is a time to just go back and make things simpler. And so for that, I will vote to revert back to the original configuration.
Zarasinski's vote was a tie-breaking in favor for the previous layout. Now we're continuing to track these developments and how they impact our local community, and we'll provide updates as they become available.
In that meeting, the city of Medford also passed an ordinance approving a contract more than $1 million for ADA ramp improvements. That ordinance passed 7-1 in last night's city council meeting. Now $1,761,000 will be going towards ADA ramp improvements along city streets that are slated for asphalt overlays this year.
The city of Ashland just announced the resignation of Parks and Recreation Director Rocky Houston effective immediately. His resignation comes as the Parks and Recreation Department has faced several challenges in recent months, including delays with the city's ice rink. City Manager Sabrina Cotta said the city thanks his service and wishes him well on his next endeavors. The Ashland Parks and Recreation Commission is now responsible for appointing a new director, but details on interim leadership are not yet available.
And Mint will be activating a warmer shelter later this week, waking up to 75 guests in need of a warm place to sleep. Tomorrow and Saturday nights, doors will open from 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. Mint says they can serve up to 75 guests overnight between both of their shelter sites and have been full the last several activations. Mint has meal signups and volunteer shifts available for anyone to support our operations. Now let's check in with Storm Alert Weather 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman. Matt, it was kind of a sunny day for most of us here. What else can we expect towards the end of the week?
Well, we got some changes when it comes to not only winds, but also temperatures in the days ahead. Now, we did get stuck in the fog, unfortunately, today in Grants Pass, only climbing into the upper 30s today, and we're right now at 36 degrees. That fog has really thickened up, and we're seeing visibility down near 0. Elsewhere, clouds are going to be going on the increase. They're starting to do so in southern Oregon and northern California. Take a look first, though, at visibility. The fog will mainly be regulated to the Grants Pass area into the Illinois Valley. We do have a freezing fog advisory in place through noon tomorrow. Here's the look at temperatures. We're at 47 degrees in Medford. It's 34 in Klamath Falls, 36 degrees in Lakeview, 43 in Mount Shasta, and it's 48 along the coast in Brookings. Radar and satellite imagery. Clouds are starting to push into especially northern Klamath and Lake County. There is some shower activity being picked up by radar further to the north, but this system is weakening as it drops south. Can't totally rule out a few stray sprinkles or some flurries up in our higher elevations, but mainly just going to get an increase in clouds tonight, down to 42 degrees in Brookings, 29 in Medford, freezing fog once again in the Grants Pass area, and then down to 22 tonight in Klamath Falls. Tomorrow, notice pretty mild along the coast. Winds are going to pick up, especially for the coast, the mountains, and then over on the east side, and that's going to mean those readings getting above 60 in Brookings. That Chetco effect a bit over the next couple of days. But inland, we will see temperatures cooling back a bit, especially on the east side. A high of 47 degrees tomorrow in Klamath Falls, breezy, and we will be looking for decreasing clouds across the region as we go through the course of your Friday. Also want to mention the drought monitor, a look at last week, and now this week there has been some spread into the abnormally dry area in southern Oregon. I'll let you know if there's any precipitation in our extended forecast coming up in just a bit.
The Jackson County Sheriff's Office is announcing that a Central Point crash last night was fatal for a 48-year-old pedestrian. The crash took place on the exit 33 on the ramp to I-5 around 5:40 last night. The victim was transported to a local hospital and was later pronounced dead. Traffic was impacted for approximately 3 hours during the investigation. No criminal charges against the 65-year-old driver are being considered at this time.
And continuing our coverage of Oregon's gas tax debate, Governor Tina Kotek is weighing in after Democratic lawmakers announced plans to move the vote on the transportation package to the May primary. Governor Tina Kotek released a statement yesterday saying the legislature and the Constitution will determine how and when repeal occurs. My responsibility remains the same: keep our roads safe and our economy moving, and help deliver a bipartisan long-term transportation solution. And the transportation tax package passed last summer and was paused after a referendum qualified it for the ballot. Democratic lawmakers, including Senate President Rob Wagner and House Speaker Julie Fahey, issued news releases announcing plans to move the vote from November to the May primary, aiming to provide faster clarity on funding and budget planning. Republicans have criticized the move, saying the vote should stay in November.
In a crime alert tonight, a woman was arrested this morning following an overnight stabbing investigation. Grants Pass Police Department responded to a residence on Northeast A Street around 8:30 last night, where a 39-year-old man had been stabbed in the upper body. Police say that was transported with significant injuries, but is expected to recover. Grants Pass Major Crime Unit took over the investigation around 9 p.m., working through 5 this morning. Following their initial investigation, 42-year-old Heidi Smith was arrested for assault and unlawful use of a weapon. A closer look at what we know can be found on our website.
And in a scam alert tonight, the city of Klamath Falls, along with the sheriff's office, is warning residents of an ongoing scam. Police say callers are impersonating the sheriff's office and making urgent, threatening claims. Neither the city of Klamath Falls nor the police department will call to threaten an arrest, request bail, money, or demand payment. Scammers often use spoofed phone numbers and high-pressure tactics to make calls sound real. If a call feels rushed or threatening, hang up immediately. And the Josephine County Sheriff's Office Search and Rescue and Division is accepting applications to train new volunteers for the 2026 Search and Rescue Academy, and it will cover basic survival skills, first aid, and land navigation. Qualifying attendees are as volunteers, and the academy costs $55, and applicants will undergo a background and criminal history check. Applications are due February 13th, with the academy beginning February 17th.
A newly formed sports team at Phoenix High School is already making noise in the lanes. This weekend, they're looking to punch their ticket to state. I stopped by at one of the practices to see how they're preparing.
In just 3 months of forming, Phoenix High's bowling team has a chance to do something they've never done before. As this weekend, they're rolling into a chance to compete in state and are ready to strike the competition.
Before the team started hitting strikes,
it all started as a conversation in English class that quickly turned into something bigger. Junior Sam and Landon, both who have bowled before, floated the idea of starting a team, sending out emails to see if anyone was interested, and built the program from there.
Did it a little bit before, like we thought of it as a team sport, like for the school. And then Sam was like, well, our school didn't have one. So he's like, let's make one. And then it started from there.
Then Sam turned to someone close to home for help.
Came home and says, guess what, Dad, you're coaching bowling and we start this week. And that's how it took off from there. And it's been a great thing ever since.
The team formed in October last year and played its first competition in November. Out of the last 5 tournaments they competed, they have finished 3rd.
I could have never expected this, to be honest. I thought we were going to be like towards the bottom of the rankings in every tournament, just coming from nothing to something, basically.
From day 1 to now, all the bowlers have improved.
I got a strike right here.
Including Landon, who says he's gotten a little bit more confident in the lanes.
Told you.
Districts are this weekend, and a shot at state is on the line, and it would mean everything for this team to make it that far.
that means we won. We accomplished something. And we actually did something, together as a team.
From Medford, I'm Oscar Rodriguez.
When someone escapes domestic violence, sometimes that means leaving the situation with what they can carry.
And NewsWatch 12's Danny Stepanovich met with a volunteer who is helping survivors replace what they lost with a community closet.
The priority thing is figuring out where you're going to stay the night. Try to figure something out, and make sure that your kids are going to be okay and not be out in the cold.
Free community closets like this one help fill the gap.
I am a domestic violence survivor myself. I started it basically create a stepping stone to refer people to organizations that we already have here in the area for support.
From shoes to jeans, racks of everyday clothing, including workwear. This community closet is dedicated to those who experience domestic violence or are in recovery, no questions asked.
A lot of people in the community were afraid to reach out to organizations. It gives me the opportunity not just to get them some clothes, but get them in touch with more resources.
And in a confidential purple space.
I just felt a great relief of stress, like just because of the fact that, you know, we didn't have too much clothing or anything like that.
The closet offers interview clothes, everyday wear, children's and hygiene items, all donated by the community.
And I just want people to know that there's help out there and that there's hope.
In Central Point, Danny Stepanovich.
Every year, Eagle Point High School is paired with a sparrow in their community to help rally around them and raise funds for their medical needs.
But this year, the sparrow hits closer to home. David is a junior at Eagle Point High School and a member of both the soccer and wrestling teams. In September, he suffered a brain aneurysm during soccer practice and later underwent a 7-hour emergency brain surgery. Now, as he focuses on the recovery, his school has the opportunity to rally around him and support his family.
One of our own. He's a popular kid. Everyone likes him. He's an athlete. I feel like that really just made everyone realize, like, wow, we can really help him. Like, we know him. We can really help him. His family will be, like, closely knit with everyone, and they'll appreciate it a lot more.
And tune in to NewsWatch 12 at 4, 5, and 6 tomorrow to hear more about David's story and how Eagle Point High School is helping him take some of the burden off of his family.